Hello everyone, congratulations on everything that you have accomplished so far. You are at the end of Module 3, which means you are 25% of the way through the course. And right now you have learned the basics. You've learned how to talk to customers, you've learned about F&I products and what they are. And now in this tool, we are going to teach you how to hone your conversational skills and learn how to respond to customers, what to say, and what not to say. So this lesson right here is going to go over tool before you enter it yourself, which will be on the next lesson, the next page. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and click erase and generate new conversation. And what that's going to do is give us a whole new customer profile. So we see the name is Sarah Johnson. She's 32 years of age. She has a 720 credit score. She makes $65,000 per year. She has $20,000 in debt, and she is purchasing a 2020 Honda Accord. The background is Sarah is looking to upgrade her current vehicle to a more reliable and fuel-efficient sedan. She is focused on improving her credit score and reducing her existing debt to qualify for better financing options. Now, below that, we're going to see the conversation. This is what the customer is asking you. Sarah says, I'm concerned about getting a competitive interest rate given my current debt level, even with my decent credit score. Can you help me understand how I can improve my financing options for the 2020 Honda Accord? To your right, you'll see 3 possible options that you can tell the customer. So for example, the first one says, Sarah, one way to improve your financing options is to consider making a larger down payment. A higher down payment can help lower your loan amount, potentially leading to a better interest rate. Second one says, don't worry, we have great relationships with multiple lenders who can offer competitive rates. Let's get you driving that Accord today. And the last one gives a third option. So your job is to pick the best possible answer to this question by the customer. So let's go ahead and pick one and see what happens. All right, so the system says this was not the best choice. And it doesn't only tell you that it's not the best choice, it also tells you why. It says you selected an approach that may not be optimal for this situation. This response appears helpful, and this is very important because a lot of our responses in the F&I office can appear helpful and comes from a genuine play to say it. This response appears helpful on the surface but lacks specific details on how the customer can actually improve their financing options. So you click I understand. Let's read the third one. Sarah, another strategy to enhance your financing options is to shop around for pre-approval from multiple lenders. By comparing offers, you can leverage competitive rates and terms to secure the most favorable financing for your 2020 Accord. All right, so let's just pick another option. Let's pick this first one and see what happens. All right, the system says, great, your last selection was the strongest option, addressing the customer's exact concern with concrete next steps. So the system said the option you chose was good. Great job on that one. All right, so the customer responds, that makes sense. I can look into increasing my down payment to lower the loan amount. How much difference would that likely make in terms of securing a better interest rate for the Honda Accord? All right, so the one my eyes immediately gravitate towards is the middle one, just because I'm seeing numbers. And she asked for a better interest rate and what her options are. So increasing your down payment by 11% could potentially help you secure a half point lower interest rate on your loan for the Honda Accord. Then there's 2 other options. Let's go ahead and see if this one works out. And we did pick the right one. Great, your last selection was the strongest option. And let's talk about for a minute why that was the strongest option. While the other 2 weren't terrible, I mean, they weren't awful things to say, they did not really get into the nitty-gritty. It did not directly placate her. It gave her some basic information, okay? So she responds, that sounds like a good strategy. I'll aim to increase my down payment by 10%. Can you help me calculate how much that would be in dollars so I can plan accordingly? All right. So again, we have our 3 options. This one says, Sarah, another option to consider is applying any potential trade-in value from your current vehicle as part of your down payment. The trade-in value can reduce the cash amount needed upfront to reach your 10% goal. This one up here says, Sarah, increasing your down payment by 10% on the 2020 Honda Accord would mean adding approximately $2,500 to your initial payment. All right, so I want to talk about this for a minute here. So these 2 sound like decent options. This one in the middle says increasing your down payment is a great choice. I think if we click this one, what it's going to tell us is that this is it's not really answering the question, okay? This one right here, I'm guessing this is the second best option because even though it's addressing what she said, it's not actually giving any concrete numbers. So let's pick this and see if I'm right. That's right. So look, your last selection was just okay. A stronger answer would be more specific and move the deal forward concretely. Anyway, so you're kind of getting the idea of how this tool works, and it's teaching you how to respond to customers. It's teaching you the right things to say, the wrong things to say, and there are times where you will use this tool and see that what almost seems like the right thing to say really is not. And it's not necessarily that it's a terrible thing to say, or it's a bad thing to say, or that, it would ruin the deal or anything. It doesn't have to be that drastic. It could just be not the most optimal thing to say. All right, so now that you have an idea of how this works, go ahead and click Next Lesson, and you will be able to try this tool for yourself. And remember, to start a new conversation, all you have to do is click Erase and Generate New Conversation, and it will load a whole new customer profile and also start a whole new conversation circumstances. All right, go ahead and get them.